people accuse me, and I do understand why. I don't complain about it. I just want to clarify my position on it, about being a conspiracy theorist and so on. When I talk about, the powers that be and their ownership of human livestock for the sake of milking them for tax money and so on, I certainly don't believe that there are smoky backfilled rooms with Illuminati robe-wearing people chanting, let's enslave the proletariat. I don't think that's necessary any more than I believe that when a bunch of lions are stalking a gazelle in the African savannah, they all have to have these little walkie-talkies like,
you take the left, I will try and bring down the right, let's have Furry go round the end and block out the knees.
Right? They don't have to strategize. Lions have an instinct for hunting. Lions have an instinct for controlling and bringing down. They have an instinct for going for the weakest members of the herd. They have an instinct for when to eat the meat and when to let it sit for a while and bake in the sun. In the same way that crocodiles have an instinct for when the zebra are going to have to cross the river, and they will all congregate. In the same way that birds have an instinct about when to fly south. I think you understand. Let me repeat my metaphor 10,000 more times. So human beings have an instinct for predation, particularly for preying on other human beings. And they know that the best way to prey on other human beings is to take control of the children as soon as possible through daycare and public schools to indoctrinate the children. And that is the fundamental crop. The fundamental crop in human society is not taxpayers. It is children, because it is the children. If you mold the child's brain, mold the child's beliefs, then you can own that child for the most part, absent the intervention of self-knowledge and philosophy. You can own that child for the rest of his or her life. So the fundamental crop is children. I don't believe that there's any big, if you've seen that PowerPoint presentation on how to achieve victory in Afghanistan, I don't think there's anything like that. But there doesn't need to be any more than crocodiles need a GPS to go and bring down some river crossing zebras. We all of us have an instinct for control and domination that's just biologically developed, because the greatest resources in the world are other human beings. And so biologically, those who were very adept at controlling, managing, and enslaving other human beings rose to the top of the food chain, the top of the food chain being the hierarchy of society. Those who have those instincts, who are very good at manipulating, controlling, and subjugating other human beings, that has been reinforced biologically, that has been reinforced through natural selection. Those instincts we all have. Doesn't mean we have to act on them. I'd like to pee on a bus when I'm stuck on a bus sometimes, but I don't. At least not, well, actually generally don't. But we don't have to have a conspiracy. We simply have to recognize that the instinct for human ownership is highly developed within our minds and has also been refined through natural selection. And that is really, really important to understand. So I'm not talking about any grand conspiracy theory. I'm simply talking about the instinct for human ownership that characterizes the existence of the most successful hierarchies in society, which generally, at least socially, are the state and the church. So I hope that clarifies my position on a variety of subjects. I will now stop the video and take one massive, massive breath.